Okay, so I'm gonna tune into the energy of the sun in Cancer. Right now, we're having a new moon in Cancer as well. In Vedic astrology is in Gemini. The sun, I believe, is in Gemini as well. But I'm gonna tune into the sun in Cancer. If I feel compelled to, I might tune into the sun. I don't know. But right now, I'm tuning into the sun in Cancer, just to see what messages we can get. Alright, so let's get started. So I am using the Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck. This is by Caroline Smith and John Astrof. I really enjoy these cards because it actually puts, I believe this is the house, the planet, and the zodiac, the constellation that it governs for each card. And I enjoy that. So let me see. What messages Sun and Cancer, New Moon Sweden have for us? A lot came out. Spirit, what messages for New Moon Cancer? When cards fall on the floor, to me, I think they signify like things that we're not seeing or we're not paying attention to, depending on where they fall. Because this one fell to the right of me, so there's like maybe future things that could influence. This is the way I read the cards, or at least this is the way I'm reading them now, because I'm still learning. So if this doesn't resonate with you, just leave it alone. You know, click off the video, go find someone else that reads the cards for you better. And then I'm gonna get one more. I got another one. Is that one missing? My son is up, so you might hear him in the background. Anyways, so I guess I'll explain the energy. So Cancer is a water sign, and it is a fixed sign. So it means it initiates a new start. No, a cardinal. Ooh, tripping. Cardinal sign. So it initiates a new start or a new season. And the new moon being in Cancer means that a new season is beginning, because there's a new start. Well, a new moon cycle is a new start. And Cancer is actually this moon. The moon governs Cancer constellation. So this is actually its energies where it's more comfortable with. So it represents your intuition or your subconscious, things that aren't readily seen. So the sun being in this sign as well is like it's being like, this card is standing out to me. Oof, if I can pick it up. I don't have long nails. See this? Power. This is the moon in Scorpio. So the sun and the moon here is signified. It's showing me like in the girls like laying down. Kind of reminds me of Four of Swords, I want to say, in the Tarot deck, and how guys like laying down It's like he's ruminating on his thoughts. It's like you're inside of yourself. You need to understand the places, because there's like rebellion, there's criticism, endurance, caution, manipulation. It's a lot of Jupiter energy, because it's like there's energy for you to expand. That's on the table. Expansion is on the table, but like status, optimism is in reverse and it's in the moon. So I feel like this card is like 5. It's an affair. It's like between an angel and a, I don't know what he would be, a human maybe, I don't know, but it's like Mercury. I feel like this represents like the womb for some reason to me. I don't know, and it's like the womb, like chaos energy, because 5 represents chaos energy or change. And I feel like you have to tune into that part of you that you were criticized for as a kid, like Virgo. Virgo is analytical, logical. So you have to look at it from a non-speculation, non-judgmental point of view. And Scorpio, this is Jupiter in Scorpio. And then this is your moon in Scorpio. So like Scorpio is like the shadow parts, the parts of you that you either karmically inherited, I forget which house Scorpio. I'm still learning, guys. But depending on if it's like karma you inherited, as well as the things from like childhood or something where you were criticized for those things that you naturally were. So I say like the rebellion is here. These are the parts of you that seem so off and so different from what your family was, what your life was set out to be. Everybody told you you're supposed to go to school and, have a family and get a job. And you're like, damn, I don't want none of that shit. Or if you do want it, you don't want it the way they say. Like, oh, I'm gonna have the white picket fence. Like, you don't really want that. Like, maybe you are like, oh, I'm just gonna have a career, and then eventually down the line I'll be like an older mom and have a kid. And maybe that's what your life is now, really. So I would say this energy seems like the sun is like supporting the moon and like pushing you to say like, oh, this is the things in my subconscious that I've been ignoring about myself. So intuitively, emotionally, I want to heal whatever is blocking me from having this in my sun's like personality, because the sun rules the personality and like the way you are shown to the world, because it rules the first house. So it's like I'm still breastfeeding. So bear with me. So this is the part of you that was manipulated or cautioned from you, whether it's be from what you saw, because this is a 6. So 6 rules like family and structure and home life. So I would say you have the option for expansion or prosperity, because there's so much Jupiter on this table. But like, it seems like you gotta get a job. Your idea, or what's been ruminating and told to you over and over again, and is now embedded in your subconscious, is blocking you from your conscious thinking of what you like believe your life should be. So like, you have to kind of go into your subconscious. You might even look up what your moon placement is in your astrology chart. I'm getting Scorpio, and I'm getting Scorpio, maybe Virgo moon placement. So you probably, maybe it's the way, it's probably because you're super logical about it, and it's something, maybe it's like you want to do something creative, but everyone has always told you that creative fields don't make money. And you're very logical. Your moon is in the Virgo sign, which is logical, analytical, like thinking. And when you're doing a creative thing, it's more about feeling, intuiting emotions. Like, it's not really thinking. Like, you let your feelings drive the ideas, and then the mind follows. So it's not like you don't necessarily like come up with the idea analytically, and then your inspiration follows. You can't. That's not how it works, or at least that's not how it's gonna work. You gotta let your feelings give you the inspiration, and then your mind follows the inspiration. So whether it's like you have a dream about, sorry, it was like a gnat or something, I don't know, but you, I'm not even, this, I think this reading is like personal. I'm gonna pull so I can get a little bit more clarification. I'm gonna pull from this thing. And this just to clarify, new moon, sun in Cancer. Sun in Cancer, new moon. Okay, I think that's it. So rest came out, but I was looking at my jade crystal. You know, jade is like good luck, or no, just adventuring. But I said jade, so you might need that. With rest, it's like your eyes closed. It feels like meditation. So going into your darkness, and like even this, the magic card looks like an eye. It's like connecting to your third eye, being comfortable with your intuition or your magic, and understanding that the things that you are seeing, the things that you're getting downloaded, the messages you're receiving are meant to be, and that you have to balance out, because this fell on the rebellion card and the power. Like, you have to balance out your rebellious energy. Like, it feels like something to do with like authority, like you're having an issue with people over you, but you don't want to take responsibility either. So it's like, who do you expect to take? If you're not taking responsibility, then who else is going to take the responsibility? Somebody's going to do it. If you're not taking the wheel, someone else is taking the wheel. But I just want to let you know, growth is here. If you decide that you want to trust yourself and trust your magic, trust what you're seeing, trust what you get the niggle, the energy to do, you will grow and grow beyond. Like, expansion is like abundance to me, or like money, or just new energy, like the fertile energy, and like throw caution to the wind. Just release all those criticisms, those internal criticisms that you have, because you're thinking about the situation analytically and logically rather than thinking about it intuitively or through your emotions or what you're feeling. What do you truly feel within yourself? Follow that. And if it doesn't, and I'm not saying that it won't, I'm just saying that if it's not as successful as you like, no, you know what? When you follow your intuition, you're not set out on a like on a on like a finished product. You're like, this is inspiration I got, and I'm gonna follow it and see what happens. Like when a fashion designer, when they come up with like an idea, like dang, I'm thinking ruffles. Sometimes they don't really they don't have a full look in their head. It's just like ruffles. Like, goddamn, let me drape on a dress form to kind of figure out what I mean by these ruffles. Or let me like start drawing and like, you know, do some sketches and see what I mean by some ruffles. And like, eventually it comes to a point where after they've been drawing or like they get an inspiration, they see something or whatever they see like this shape in nature or something, whatever it is, because designers get inspiration from anywhere, literally anywhere. And then it becomes this like finished product after a while. But it doesn't start out like you get this inspiration and it doesn't start out like even like, oh, right now it's a finished dress, it's ruffled. Sometimes it does. But if you're just now learning how to just trust your intuition, like you've always been more inclined to trust your mind, or been told like trust your analytical mind or your thinking, or this based on society or based on what your mother and father said or anybody else said, authority in your life or a guardian or adult person in your life told you that this is how things are supposed to go and it doesn't align with that, you're kind of more keen to align with what analytically makes sense, or mentally makes sense. But sometimes some things don't make sense until like you get to the finished product and you're like, oh, that's why. Okay, those ruffles meant a dress. Whew. Okay. And then eventually you get that muscle built up, because it's like, it's a muscle. Your intuition, trusting your intuition and follow your intuition. It's like a muscle, because you've been so keen to follow the left brain more, the analytical side more. Your right brain probably is like more like less spark, I guess, or less pumping. I don't know. Not saying you're dumb or anything. It's just probably more gray matter here than it is on the other side. And so you once you start using that muscle more or trusting it, then it'll start pumping, and you'll realize like, oh, it's a dress. Oh, like ruffles, a dress, or ruffles, a blouse, or whatever. I don't know. You'll start seeing it more. You'll get a better picture in the beginning. But right now, it's just you're not used to it. So just trust where you're being led right now, and eventually it'll work itself out, and you'll figure out what's going on. This has been tapping into the sun in Cancer with a new moon. This is, what's today? July 10th, 2021. Thank you for watching the video. Please stay tuned for the next one.